Hello everyone, and welcome back to NASCAR '06 Total Team Control. This is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming, and we have a fun episode lined up today. We got a showdown with Jeff Gordon, we got a truck series test session, and we could possibly have our first truck race. That's the next thing on the schedule if we do well in the test session. If not, we'll do that wheel and modified race at Dodge Raceway. But hopefully we do well in the test session, and we should be able to do that truck race in this video. But first, last episode we got an email from Jeff Gordon asking us to challenge him at a road course. This is Speedway Boulevard. I'm going to hit the button and we'll talk about it as the loading screen goes on. But this is a very unique track. From what I understand, it's based on the outside area of Daytona. You'll see a stretch where we go underneath the grandstands, and we'll go on to the actual highway that's right outside Daytona. I've never been to Daytona, so I don't know if this is true or accurate, but we'll see. So, this is our first challenge against Jeff Gordon. If we win, we get 5,000 skill points. And if we win, I'll probably go over to that menu and show you exactly what we can do with those skill points. But we're going to get started. No intro here. We're just going to go. We will be in a cup car, but it's going to be a generic cup car, this blank 105. But here we go. We're starting from 0. Jeff Gordon will get a better start than us. But here we go. So we are now on the expressway, I believe. But we're going to head under the grandstands here. Yep, there's the grandstands right above us, and we're going to go underneath here. We're just following Jeff Gordon. This is really tight. There's not really enough room to pass in this part. But now we're going to head out onto the expressway right outside Daytona. There's the Welcome to Daytona Beach sign. I don't know, again, I said I don't know how accurate this really is, but I appreciate them doing putting in the effort to make this kind of resemble the area. So we're going to try to go underneath Gordon here in this turn. Alright, we got in the grass and in the wall there. This car is a little free. I'm used to the modified cars, so this is a lot different. But we are in the lead. That's good. We got a couple of S turns here. Got a big left turn, and then we're going to be right back out onto the front stretch here after this turn. Want to make sure you don't go into the pit road. That's kind of a makeshift pit road with traffic cones and barriers. You can, with the skill points that you unlock, you can unlock some of these fictional tracks to do cup races. You can do national series races and truck races where you can use that pit road. But we got Jeff Gordon. I'm going to let up because this is just not a place that you can pass. This is under the bleacher section here. But I'm going to try to pass him getting on the expressway here. That sounds really weird, and oh gosh, I hit the truck. I hit the parking lot truck. First of all, I apologize to that truck owner, and second of all, I apologize for Jeff Gordon because I basically wrecked him out of this race. So, assuming we don't do anything stupid here, we're probably going to win this challenge. This is 3 laps. We're on the second lap right now. Well, I did that exact same thing in the first lap, but we're about 8 seconds ahead of him now. So, unless if I miss a turn catastrophically, we're going to be running away with this. Alright. But I'm familiar with this track, but some of the other fictional tracks that we do the showdown races on, I won't be nearly as familiar with, so. Alright, white flag is out. I went into the grass there. No big deal. Not going to really hurt us too bad. Again, we have an 8-second lead, so it's not going to kill us. We're about to pass that truck that I clipped earlier. I deeply apologize to the truck owner there. Oh, we're almost doing it again. That's how tight that turn is, and the fence kind of is a jagged fence, so you might not. It might hit you where you least expect it. See, we lost 2 seconds in that whole thing. So now we're only 6 seconds ahead, which, I mean, is still excellent. That's the farthest ahead of anything we've been in this playthrough. But alright, we got the S turns here. I'm pretty sure this portion of the track doesn't resemble anything around the speedway, but definitely that first portion of underneath the grandstands and the expressway, that really does resemble the area. Oh, I got loose there on the last corner, but we are going to run away with this after wrecking Jeff Gordon and win. Do I dare celebrate after the last display of celebration? Yes, I do. Alright, there we go. We're actually doing it. Well, we were doing it. This is a small area here. I probably gonna have to pay for some fence repair there, but we actually got a burnout there before I ran into the fence. But we got 5,000 skill points. And because of that, we're going to go back to the main menu and I'll actually show you what we can spend those skill points on. This is an older game, so I know a lot of you haven't played it. So I'll definitely try to show you the in and outs of things. But first we got a notification probably from Jeff Gordon. Yep, I guess you really do know how to drive that thing you call a car. Well, alright then. Appreciate that. But here we're going to do the autosave and I'm going to show you what we can spend the skill points on. When I started this playthrough, I started a completely new save game. So the only points that I've accumulated are the points that we've gotten in this playthrough. I haven't done any races or any other modes in this. Oh, that was the career status mode. My NASCAR is where we need to go. And skill points. We're going to go to chase plates, and now you see we have a whole bunch of plates that we can unlock with skill points. There's a bunch of different, I'm not sure what these I think what this does is when you do single race mode, if you unlock these plates, it'll automatically start you in first place. I'm not 100% sure on that. But, so that's those qualifying plates. These unlock different, I mean, it could be a day race at a track that only does a night race, or vice versa. We have the Daytona Road Course, which I'm sure we'll see at some point. And we have all of these different, this is what I was talking about earlier. We can have these races on some of these fictional tracks. So, we're going to fast forward through this. I'm not really worried about those since I'm only doing the career mode. What I am going to worry about is we have special paint schemes. As you see, if we get 50,000, which we actually do, we can get Dale Earnhardt, the number 3 car. That would be a special one to do. I'm not really sure why we have these real modified schemes. They're not really going to impact us too much. And neither are the truck schemes. But we are going to go, we can unlock all the fantasy drivers, so when we do race mode, we can race with some of the fantasy cars. We can also unlock the UPS truck, which is an interesting thing to drive, I will say that much. I'm not, obviously we're not going to do that in this playthrough, but I might make a side video with some of these. If you guys want to see that, be sure to leave a comment. But now we're going to get into some of the different paint schemes for the Cup cars. So we got a lot of various paint schemes that aren't the main schemes that they run with in this game. Some of them are 5,000, some of them are 3,000. What I usually try to do is I start at the beginning. I don't really have a preference. I mean, I have favorite drivers, but I try to unlock schemes for every driver. I'm not going to unlock all the schemes for one driver right away. So we're going to do the first scheme for each driver to start out with. So we got this first scheme for Joe Nemechek in the 01. There it is, the Sentra Chevy there for Nemechek. Then we're going to go to the next driver, which is Rusty Wallace. Going to unlock the first one for Wallace, which is the Kodak cameras. Dodge for Rusty Wallace. Then we're going to move over to Kyle Busch in the number 5 car. We're going to unlock this first one, the Delphi and the Kellogg's car. Then we got the number 6 car of Mark Martin. We're going to unlock this first one, the Win Free Groceries for Life car. Wow. And then we got, we're going to do this Dale Jr. car. The Dale Earnhardt Incorporated car there. Then we're going to unlock this first car for Casey Kang. Got the Dodge car. And then for Scott Riggs, who's my personal favorite driver, I'm sure I can, at the time it was, I'm sure I'll be able to explain that to you later once we get into the Cup Series, but I'll just say that we'll unlock this Centrix, I'm not sure what it is, car for Scott Riggs, same scheme that was on Joe Nemechek's car. Then we'll unlock this first one for Ryan Newman. Mobil 1 Alltel car. Unlock this Michael Waltrip car here. The Napa, that looks like probably a 4th of July scheme. Then the first one for Greg Biffle, looks like a Post-its car. Very nice. We're going to unlock this first one for Matt Kenseth, which is the USG car. And so on and so forth. I'm not going to make you sit through all these. I'll do that on my own time. But I just wanted to show you guys what you could spend your skill points on. Lots of cool stuff you can do there. But we're going to go back into the calendar. I believe we have our Truck Series test session next, so that'll be interesting. If I recall correctly, that will be at IRP, which is Indianapolis Raceway Park, not the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is a track that's located pretty close to the actual Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but it's a short track that the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series used to race on. I wish they still did. I enjoyed this track very much. Kind of like Milwaukee. I enjoyed those tracks very much, but unfortunately they don't race there anymore. So let's do this. Do the test session. We'll see how this goes. This might be a longer video if I do get the truck contract offer and run the truck race. Those races are a little longer. So this might be a little longer video. We're already about 13 minutes in. So I try to keep my videos between 20 and 30 minutes. So obviously, as you guys saw with the MLB video, I had so much stuff we needed to get through that ended up being a 40-minute video. But alright, so welcome to IRP. We've been looking for a driver for the Bob Wire Fences truck. And we think you could be the one. We got to beat 20 seconds. We only have to beat that once. But here we are. And here we go. They'll give us one warm-up lap before the laps start counting here. This is the first truck that you'll get offered regardless of what happens. What you do in the modified series. This will be the first truck that you get offered. And it's usually a pretty decent truck. Alright, we hit the wall coming off of our warm-up lap, but hopefully that doesn't hurt us too bad here. You can kind of run a little bit below the yellow line, but not too much. If you get too much, you'll probably have a bad exit. But so far so good. Let's see what this first lap is. I think we'll do this pretty easily. Yeah, we're in the 19 seconds, so. These test sessions are usually pretty simple as long as you don't do something stupid. You should be able to get get the offer pretty easily. It's once you get the offer that it will become harder to keep the contract. I know I've watched other YouTubers who've gotten fired from contracts because they don't finish well in the races. Hopefully I don't fall into that same category. But we're just turning some easy laps here. That was our best lap so far. Got in that corner a little high, but that might actually help us coming off of the corner. Carry a little more speed. Alright, last lap here. Nothing too eventful here, just finishing the laps. We got the offer, no problem. All of our laps have been under 20 seconds, so we'll definitely have that Truck Series offer, and I'll definitely accept it. I want to progress this career mode as fast as possible, so I'll definitely accept this first offer. Yep, all of our laps were under 20 seconds, so we'll definitely in the clear as far as that offer goes. Here's our controls. If you don't really know the controls of the game, you can pause that and you can take a look at that. Alright, we got one phone call here. I assume that's going to be good. Let's listen to what Ace has got to say.
Hey, it is Ace Moneymaker, and you are making money hand over fist thanks to your boy Ace. More contract offers are available at the race shop, so why don't you go over there? I believe the kids call it bling bling. Oh, you can afford a whole lot more of it now, baby.
Alright, Ace making a reference to the kids, but this was released back in 2005, so I'm not really sure what he means there. But we're going to auto-save, and then we're going to go to the race shop and see what this contract offer looks like. I mean, I'm really happy they have this autosave feature. I get so frustrated with some of the games that come out these days that don't autosave. And I'm so used to autosave happening that I just turn the console off without thinking about it, and then something doesn't get saved. So, Craftsman Truck Series, we're going to view contracts. And we got Rossi Racing. And that's the 103 car that we just tested. We got 3 teammates. We got 3-star prestige, middle of the road team chemistry. So the contract prestige is only one, I'll call it star, one money sign out of 5. But I don't really care. I just want to get racing in the Truck Series. If you accept this first contract offer, there is a good chance by the end of the series you can have a decent points finish, even though you have missed a lot of races, if you do really well. So I'm going to accept this contract offer. We get a signing bonus of $6,000, and there we are. And I believe we'll just hop right into our first truck race. Wonderful autosave feature. So we're moving really fast through this. I'm going to be putting more videos of this up than any of the other series, just because I like playing this a lot more. Right now my schedule, I have it on my description and on my channel, is right now Monday and Thursdays we're doing NASCAR 06, Tuesdays and Fridays we're doing NASCAR Heat Evolution, and on Wednesday we're doing MLB The Show. I'm leaving the weekends open right now, but I'll probably be posting some of these NASCAR 06 videos on the weekend as well, just so we can move through this playthrough a lot faster than the other ones. So, let's go to Select Event. And now you can see all of our truck races have been unlocked. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The first truck race is at Levi Strauss. If you don't recall, that's the place where I spun off of the corner and went down pit road. Well, so, truck race, you have a separate day for qualifying and practice than the race. This can create some schedule conflicts. As you'll see in the next episode, we already have a schedule conflict. But we don't, so we're going to qualify on this day here. Welcome to the Truck Series. Congratulations, you've made the next step towards your goal of reaching the top. Be careful, these trucks are a little tougher to handle and have a lot more power. Do well, and the top truck teams will be knocking on your door. So, how I kind of want to structure this is I want this first year definitely win the Modified Championship. Next year focus on the Truck Championship, and then go on from there. The next year we'll do the Xfinity Championship and then focus on the Cup Series. So, I'm going to qualify. This could be really bad, so I warn you. I'm not doing any practice, so I warn you that this could be pretty ugly. This race might also be your first chance to see me do some pit stops in this game. I hope I set this up right to where we have to do some pit stops, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, definitely have a tight car right now. Oh, I messed up that corner. That's my fault. See the ticker go down there. Alright, let's see if I can do better in that first corner and maybe improve. So first lap, we're 21st. Alright, that was a lot better that time. Set ourselves up for this corner, but we're gonna. Oh, I thought we were gonna go on the wall there. I had to lift off, but this is definitely not a good corner. So, 21st, yep. About mid pack. There's 36 trucks. So now I'm gonna edit the setup a little bit. No, not tire pressure. Suspension. I'm gonna loosen up by half a round. So this will be the first time you get to see some names you might recognize. You saw Kevin Harvick. That's probably the only name that's still racing that you'll recognize. But if you've been watching NASCAR for a few years, then you'll recognize some of these other names like Ron Hornaday and Chase Montgomery and some of those other guys. So now we have to go back to the menu. As you saw, we couldn't go straight to the race because they're on separate days. So now we're going to go to the race at Levi Strauss. 24 laps. Let's see how we do in our first truck race. Let's try not to make too many enemies right off the bat. And there's the same thing that we said earlier. Not much to say about that, but I'm really looking forward to this first truck race. I hope you guys are too. We're moving up in the world. This game definitely has a fast pace to it. You can get offers really quickly, but you got to manage your time. If you're running an all-four series, it's gonna hurt you more than anything.
Racing is coming to you live from the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway, as EA Sports is set to bring you the Treasure Lake 200. Some of NASCAR's biggest names are here, and they'll be going door to door with some of the sport's rising young stars. The action is just moments away.
All right. I'm just going to double check to make sure our setup is still there. Yep. Sometimes it resets for some reason. Alright, Kevin Harvick and Ron Hornaday on the front row. Let's get started.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We got our teammate just 2 cars ahead of us. Oh gosh. Went up the track there. My bad. Now we're on the outside. Dang it. That's not what I wanted to do. You guys know I like the inside line more than anything, but we're going to split the wide here. As you can see, there's just a giant mess of trucks up ahead of us. Oh, I got hooked on the 119 truck, and I got straight up. Oh, no. Oh, no. We almost did the exact same thing. And that was our teammate, too. That was our teammate in the 64 that did that to us. Wow. That doesn't make me feel good. I mean, we are brand new. We haven't really earned the trust of our team yet. But we're just hitting people left and right, unfortunately. And I cannot get through turn 3 to save my life right now. And it's really, really frustrating me. I'm going to try to draft with this. Nope, that's not going to work. Never mind. I might have to start using the brake getting into the corner just so I can sit down in the corner because I'm just running right up the track. Alright, we're back to 21st where we started. Alright, we definitely got through the corner there a lot better. I'm probably going to make another wedge adjustment if we have to do a pit stop. Again, I'm not entirely sure if I set this up right to if we need a pit stop, but if we do need a pit stop, I'll definitely try to do it around halfway. If you watched my NASCAR Heat Evolution video, that's what I said I usually try to do, unless if there's something to be gained. Otherwise, because that's just an easy way to do it. Oh, I just ran into him, and he's mad at me. Alright, we're up to 15th now. That's pretty good. I think a top 10 would be a really good accomplishment for our first race. That'll be a really good accomplishment for our first race, and I'll be really happy with that. So, the number 30 car up ahead, I believe that's Chad Chatham in this game. I believe in NASCAR 07 is when Todd Bodine took over that car, and he raced that car for a while after that. I believe he won a championship in that car. In the Checkers car, that's Bill Lester. He was one of the very first African-American drivers to ever make a race in the Cup Series. So, unfortunately, after this year, he didn't really run that much in the truck series anymore. Alright, we're on lap 12. We're halfway. If you can see on the monitor, there are some people making a pit stop already. But nobody in front of us has yet. So I'm going to wait until I see some people dive down, and then I'll dive down with them. But I think we're definitely going to come in this time. If I see, yep, I see some other people. Alright, not going to repair. We're going to do all 4 tires, fill it up. I said I was going to change it, but I'm not going to. I think I'm happy with that. If I just get used to the way the truck turns. So, here's our very first pit stop. How exciting. We're pitting right behind Kevin Harvick here. Let's see how our pit crew does. Now our pit crew will make mistakes. They will show that if it happens. It doesn't look like it's happening here. Looked like we had a clean pit stop there. Oh, we got held up by the 30 car. We got held up by this, I said car, 30 truck. And we come out right with our teammate there. So let's see. We're already in 21st position. So we're already back to where we started. So let's see where we end up here as we pass some more trucks. 10 laps to go, the spotter says. Stay high because we got trucks coming out of the pits here. Man, that guy really ran it up the track there. Alright, we're going to dip low here. We're already up to 13. Definitely can... Oh, I messed up that corner. I was going to say... Oh, no. Alright, there's our first caution. First caution of the series. Let's see the replay here. I think I hit the wall and then I came down on him. Yeah, that was my fault. Alright. Moving on. We are not going to pit. We already did so. Looks like we're going to be top 10. 11th. Close enough. So we're 11th. Even though we were involved in that caution. Oh, no. Brandon Witt. Brandon Witt. He's now been involved in couple of my accidents. Well, both of my accidents, I'll say. And there's my freaking teammate again. Well, so much for that lovely 11th place I was so happy about. And there's Terry Cook. He's mad at us now. Well, he's 3 wide, so that's not his fault. But yeah, he's really mad at us now. Well, I'm mad that I'm now back in 20th after having top 10 right in my sights. Not off to a good start here. I'm really frustrated with my teammate. He got into me a couple times. And white flag is out. Let's just try and make up a couple positions here, not spin anybody out. Yeah. Oh no. Dang it! White flag's out so they won't throw the caution. Darn it. Alright, we're going to finish 19th. Darn it, that wasn't pretty. That wasn't pretty. We had the potential there, but that wasn't pretty. Alright, let's see where our teammates ended up. Hornaday won the race over Kevin Harvick. We got Golston, who finished 5th. We got Eubanks, who was that 64 car that was really frustrating me, in 18th. Austin, 19th, which I guess is good for our very first truck race. And Fisher in 21st. Those are our 4 teammates. Let's move on. I'm sure there's going to be some people mad at me, so let's just see what that's going to look like here. Somehow we got hero points. Not really sure how that happened. I assume that's a teammate coming to comfort us. But we somehow got hero points and we got 12,000 fans. Oh, nobody's going to be too mad at us. That's good. So, I'm going to take a look at the standings. I forgot to do that last episode. We got 1 phone call here. Let's see what that's about. Qualifying sessions. Don't forget to qualify before racing. If you don't, you'll start at the back of the pack. It's pretty self-explanatory there. I'm not going to worry about that contact thing. We're going to autosave. We're going to check out the standings, and then that'll be it for this episode. Like I said, a little longer than the previous ones, but not too bad. Not too bad. It'll only be about 35 minutes maybe. Alright, go to standings here. Here's the modified standings. We have a commanding points lead, over 100 points now over Lyle White. So that's good. I'm really happy about that. We did well in the last episode. Bew Phillips is in 5th. Bo Filler is in 6th. And our other teammate's been struggling. Bo Abraham, he's in 14th. Truck Series standings, we're going to be at the very bottom, I assume. Our teammates are 16th, 17th, and 23rd. I'm going to scroll down all the way. Yep, there we are at the bottom. 106 points. But it's early days, let's see. Carl Edwards is leading the National Series points. And Jimmy Johnson is leading the Cup Series. Alright. So, that is the end of this episode. Let's see what we're going to be doing next time. We have a wheel and modified race at Dodge Raceway, which is going to cause us to miss qualifying at Lowe's for the Truck Series. So we're going to start dead last at Lowe's. So we'll try to get those 2 races in next episode. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.